everybody, welcome to the Lund Loop Daily Update for Thursday, July 16th, 2026. Got a little blue going on today. I don't usually do blue. I usually do black. Why? Because when I was in high school, I had no fashion sense and all I knew was black goes with black, and also it covers up your spills and stains. I usually go with black, but today, I don't know, I felt summery. Felt like I'd go blue, little baby blue hat. This is my Benzinga shirt. Side. Love this shirt. I got this at the Benzinga Awards out in New York, God, maybe 15 years ago. One of the best swag things I've ever gotten from a conference. Just a really nice shirt. Has kind of that vintage look on it. So I'm starting a little early today because I got a little bit, it's not a rant, certainly not a rant, but I got a lot to say today. So I want to talk to you like a friend. I really do. I want to talk especially to people that are not already a part of our community. This has been a very strange summer. And the reason why is because maybe 6 weeks ago, you started hearing about people blowing up their accounts, which I thought was really odd because looking at our watch list, looking at the names that we were in, there were no big blow-ups. The indexes weren't blowing up. And so I thought, well, maybe I'm a little bit out of touch with what's going on in the markets. Now, you remember on July 3rd, I posted that daily update where I said, should you write yourself a big fat check? And I told everyone that I wrote myself a big fat check because it had been an amazing year. And I said, I want to take some money out of the market. I want to go into this summer a little bit more relaxed. And because of that, we've avoided a lot of the stuff that's been going on. While everyone's been chasing the AI trade, chasing the chip trade, the memory trade, we've been looking more towards the software names, towards big cap tech. Again, somewhat insulated. Well, in the last couple of days, there has been a massive wave of people blowing accounts up, and I mean blowing up big. Some of the trading rooms that I pop into from time to time have dozens of people that are gone, like literally blew their accounts up and are gone. There was a guy today that talked about how he lost 35 times his wife's annual salary on ASTS. Now, that was before the drop today. Of course, whatever people say on Twitter is, it can be suspect. But the point is, a lot of people are losing a lot of money. And I want to be sensitive to that. I really do. So I'm going to say something here. And I'm going to say it for 3% of the people, because maybe 5% of the people, 3 to 5% that are listening to me right now, this is going to penetrate and make a difference. The problem is when something like this happens, it's too late. The horses are already out of the barn at this point if you've blown up or you're in a really bad spot with your portfolio. And it sucks. It totally sucks. And you know how I know it sucks? Because I've been there. I blew an account up once. I almost blew my account up twice in the past. So 3 times I've been on that precipice. I know it sucks and it's horrible. And you want to do something right now to stop the pain. Right? Nobody wants the pain to continue. We want to stop it right now. But the hard truth is there's really nothing you can do right now. All you can do is do a post-mortem on how you got here. Who were you listening to? What names were you chasing? What methodology did you use? Did you have a methodology? Were you risk first? Then, when you figure that out, that will someday, not tomorrow, not next week, probably not in a couple months, but maybe 6 months from now, or a year from now, or 2 years from now, however long it takes you to rebuild your account, that's when it will help you. It doesn't help right now, and I know that sucks, but here's the thing. We've been doing this in the Lund Loop since 2017. And every 6, 12, 18 months, something like this comes up. And I say, I walk through why we're doing what we're doing, why we'll never be the first people into a stock or a sector, but goddamn, we'll never be the last people out. How we always are looking at risk first. And, if that happened to you in 2017, then you didn't, from 2018 on, you were immunized, hopefully. If it didn't happen until 2021, hopefully from there. So if it's happening to you today, I'm sorry and I feel bad, but I really encourage you to become a part of our community, to look at markets differently. And I've said this a few times before. I said, if you lost more than $300 today or in the last couple of weeks, it's a no-brainer. It's the best ROI you can put in the market for sure. Now, I want to talk about something else here. I want to talk about why I think people are blowing up. So I saw this, I'm going to switch over here. I saw this tweet today. And the tweet is, the future is on sale right now. And look, this is a really cute tweet. It's clever. And there's a list of names here that are down anywhere from like 40% to almost 80%. And that's great. That's great. But the problem is, if you're investing in the future like it's a day trade, that's a bad recipe. And I think that's the problem, is not only have people been in names that were long in the tooth, but they've been over leveraged. One of the things people always throw out when they're investing for the future is, well, eventually it will come around. Now, I would disagree with that. I wouldn't say that things eventually come around. We talked about this yesterday with PayPal. You could look at some of the pot stocks, but I'm going to stipulate. I'm going to say, okay, you're buying a basket of stocks for the future and you've got an open-ended time frame and eventually they'll come around even if they get beat up. Okay, I'll stipulate to that. But again, here's the thing. You have to stay liquid for the future. If you are positioning yourself for the future, like you're in a day trade position for tomorrow, you'll never get to the future. So even if you're going to do some sort of style that maybe I don't agree with or I don't think is correct, as long as you align it with a smart money management risk strategy, you'll be okay. And you'll get through it. And like Howard Marks says, you'll stay liquid. Now, I want to go back and show you the names that we've been focused on in the Lund Loop this week. These are all the names that are on our watch list this week. And you will not find one momentum name in there. You will not find one AI agentic name in there. You won't find a chip name or a memory name. You won't find names that are 75% off their highs. In fact, you'll find some that are 20, 30, 40% off their lows. You'll have some like Apple that are going into new highs. Again, maybe they're not sexy, right? Maybe they're not the hot names, but they're the names that have contributed to a very relaxing summer for our community. I have to tell you, I felt like out of it a few times. I would hear people freaking out. I'm going, I'm not seeing that in our watch list. I'm not seeing that in my portfolio. But it's because we are just always looking for risk first. That's always what we're looking for first. And I said I want to come back to something real quick here. So not on our list, but something I've been trading myself or positioning myself in, ASTS, okay? Absolutely train wreck of a stock. This is a stock I'm trading for the future. This is an active investment. This is something I'm building a position in that I think is going to pay off sometime in the future. So when you're doing an active investment like this, let's just say let's say you want to invest all said and done 5,000 shares. You can't just put all 5,000 shares in the stock, again, like it's a day trade or a swing trade. You have to come at it in a smart, strategic way so that you can bring your cost basis down. And you know why? Because if you're going to rely on the future, if you're just going, okay, the future is going to bail me out, you have to get the lowest cost basis you can, just in case the future doesn't work out, or the future takes longer than you think it's going to take, or God forbid the stock goes to zero, it doesn't blow you up. So for example, ASTS, I broke this up into 5 pieces. I've got 4 of the 5 in right now. The last 5th is our puts that I wrote, $85 puts for $25 that expire in November. That will be the last 5th. Am I underwater on it? Yeah, sure. Does it sting? Yeah. Is it causing me to lose sleep at night? No. Is it materially impacting my portfolio right now? No, because I know the context of what I'm getting into this name for. And again, I just think this is the reason so many people are blowing up is they don't understand their time frames. They don't understand their risk parameters. They don't have a process. They're listening to people that don't know what the fuck they are doing. There are people out there that have services and newsletters and very popular Twitter handles that do not know what the hell they are doing. And I can't emphasize this enough. Seriously, like, join us, join our community, come learn how to manage risk. That's your number one job. That's my number one job. Manage risk, because if you manage risk, you'll be here today, tomorrow, the next day. And if you're here consistently, you'll be able to catch those fat pitches. You'll know when to lean into the market. You'll know when to put the pedal down a little bit, when to go more risk on, and you'll know when to go risk off and sit back and enjoy your summer like we're doing right now. So, all right, rant over. And again, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm not trying to pile on. I do get it. I know people are really hurting. I've said this before. I knew people that not only lost houses, that lost marriages, that actually lost their lives because they blew up in the market. So it's not a joke, but that's what we're trying to prevent here. We're trying to keep people in the game for the long term so that they can provide financial security for their family, so they can have financial freedom, so they can support the causes and people they care about. And I really hope if you're struggling that you join us and we'll try to start that healing process. All right, let's go through all the charts now. I think we're just going to jump to the indexes. Again, I said yesterday